comparison video this week of a rifle that has been around for 85 years and the new kid on the block from the boys and girls at Umarex. Hello and welcome to AAR On Air. This week it's the Daisy Red Ryder versus the Marlin lever action. Now, before you start hurling abuse at the screen about not being serious and all the other rubbish probably being spouted, I'm willing to bet most of you watching this either have kids or even grandkids and want to get them away from Peppa Pig or Halo Infinite, if that's what it's called, or whatever kids watch and do these days, other than get out into the fresh air. Well, for around 40 to 60 pounds, you could start them on the ladder of airgunning and introduce them to the outside world. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the Daisy Red Ryder and the Umarex Marlin 650 round BB firing rifles that are crying out for some tin can busting entertainment. Let's have a look, shall we? They are both about the same length at around 910mm or 3 feet. And weigh almost nothing at 1.2 kilograms. This, of course, makes it holdable by some of the younger generation, as well as the older guys and girls, such as myself. It's true that the Daisy Red Ryder has been around since forever. And indeed, the designers were working on this whilst, around the same time, a certain German corporal was invading Poland, probably with delusions of grandeur. Side by side with the Marlin, you can see some almost copycat designs, and yet some very different design work too. The Daisy Red Ryder is a mix of folded metal and wood. Now, the wood is real wood and not faux plastic. It is very simple and almost looks like a very well-shaped piece of floorboarding with its thin finish. But it must be said that there are no sharp or rough edges. It is nicely done and even engraved on the butt. The forestock is quite short, but again nicely finished off wood and even has a brass-coloured strap. The Marlin, on the other hand, has a brown plastic rear stock and forestock. This does have more shape to it and is stippled for grip. It even has a horse and rider design on the base. The forestock is longer than the Daisy Red Ryder and again is plastic with a stippled grip area. The Marlin also has a Rio Bravo John Wayne style loop to the underlever, which gives it a different look. But I can assure you, you will not be able to do the underarm cocking with this one. Now, from here on in, the differences end and the amazingly close similarities take over. You see, it would very much feel like these are either made in the same factory or someone has been getting involved in some industrial espionage. If you put them side by side, you can see they are both essentially the same folded metal construction and shape. From the front, there is a push and slide open to pop in up to 650 BBs. Moving back, the rear height adjustable sight is exactly the same, apart from one is a V and the other has a hole. The oil hole is on exactly the same side and in exactly the same place. And the trigger and safety, well, it's identical. The action to cock this is quite stiff, and anyone still watching Peppa Pig isn't going to be able to cock it fully, which is good and needs an adult around to oversee safety. And yes, I realise the age group who are likely to be watching Peppa Pig isn't likely to be old enough to shoot. It's just a figure of speech. The triggers are single action and naturally non-adjustable. They aren't overly heavy to pull. Both of these are amazingly quiet to use. So, it's not a neighbour upsetting item either. The safety is a push-through pin with right to left for fire, with a red indicator and left to right to lock the trigger. If these are so similar looking and probably in mechanical design as well, is there any difference in power levels? Now, naturally, these are not full power pest control rifles. They are for just about being able to knock an empty tin can over. So, using 5.35 grain steel BBs, the Daisy Red Ryder saw 271 feet per second, which is a huge 0.88 foot-pounds or 1.19 joules. The Marlin, with the same 5.35 grain BBs, saw 269 feet per second, which is 0.87 foot-pounds or 1.18 joules. So, nice and simple and safe, and nothing really between the two at all. Let's get these out on the range for a spot of plinking fun, shall we, and see what an 85-year-old design can do in the 21st century. Here goes at around 10 metres. I should say howdy partners, and I should probably have my Stetson on. 6 shooters and the lot. This is purely fun. Anybody who's super serious out there, switch off now, because these are just BB firing guns, really for the kids. Although the only thing I have got to say is the cocking action is quite stiff, so they won't find it that easy, certainly not the little tiny ones. Let's just pour some BBs in, because that's all you do. You pour them in the end there, and you can hear them rattling about. This has been cocked. It makes it look easy. It's not that easy. I'll show you in a second. There is a safety, which is a push-through thing behind the trigger, and it just simply locks the trigger. And that's it. That's what you get. Now, is it designed for target work? No. Of course it's not designed for target work. 1, it's BB. 2, it's very low on power. But guess what? I'm going to try shooting it at a target. We'll see where we go. Let's have a look, shall we? Sorry, I sound like Muttley then. These are good fun. I've shot the Red Ryder before. It's the first time I've shot the Marlin. I like it with the Rio Bravo loop to it. I quite like that. And I think, yeah, it's not rattling anymore. We're empty. They're not noisy at all. They're not overly powerful. And you just pour, I think you can pour up to 650 BBs into this. Crikey, I don't think I'd go to that extent, but I'd certainly pour a few more than I just have done. I've just done it for show. Let's have a look and see what targets it's done. Safety on, it's all empty anyway. Whoop. I don't think that's bad. I really don't think that's bad at all. Yeah, and I get the feeling that if you just kept going at it, it'd just eventually blow the centre out. They're all within the 9. I know it's only out at 10 metres, but the thing's kicking out less than 1 foot-pound, for goodness sake. It's really a tin can buster. Let's give it a go, shall we? Let's give them both a go and see where we finish up with that. No, that's not bad at all. That's quite a shock. Right, let's have a go at some tin cans, shall we? Pour some of these in here. Whoa, there's loads. That's probably a few too many. We'll probably save some. Let's have a go. Now, I thought I'd put too much water in those. Yeah, it must be in that one. Clip them at the top. Oh, literally. Clip the top. That's really clouting them. Let's try this one. The Daisy Red Ryder, which is the original, really. Whoops. Different sight on this. What can you say? Fabulous. They are good fun. They are really good fun. I've shot the Daisy Red Ryder times many before, and it really is good fun. And the Marlin is absolutely no different at all. Yeah, you can hear the BBs rattling about, but that's part of the attraction, really. Can't fault it. Can't fault either of them. Really good fun. Why you wouldn't want one for yourself, never mind the kids, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably the biggest kid out there, and I love playing about with these sorts of things. Yeah, I love it when we get some serious guns, but I do enjoy my time playing with some of the underpowered ones, some of the cheaper ones. You can get just as much fun. And if all you're after is a bit of fun shooting tin cans in the garden on a sunny day, which the sun is there somewhere, you can't fault it, not for that kind of money. Anyway, that's it. Back to the studio. Great little plinkers that I will be encouraging my grandchildren to have a go with. The Red Ryder comes in the box with 750 BBs in a tin and a pair of safety glasses and some simple targets to get you started. And this makes it slightly more expensive of the two at £59.95. Yeah, less than 60 quid. With the Marlin coming in, as a DeWalt would call, naked, with no glasses or ammo, but with a lower price tag of £42 UK. I suppose when you factor in some BBs, targets and some glasses, well, they're basically both around the same price. So the choice at the end of the day is yours, really. But whichever you choose, you will have a smile on your face afterwards. And it will probably be the best budget money you'll have spent in quite a while. Making sure, of course, that even in these tight financial times, you have the whole family that you can have a little fun out in the fresh air with. Hopefully you've enjoyed this quick look at a couple of fun rifles. If so, please give us the old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, share, click the alarm notification bell, and of course check out the AAR On Air website for competitions, info, merch, etc. A big thank you to Vector Air for indulging me with this no expense spared rifle review. A big thank you to you guys for supporting the channel and watching. Please stay safe and shoot safe, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.